Sup lads, welcome back to another video. Now today, Aaron team on here again. I swear you're almost on this channel as much as me at the minute, but pretty much, yeah. Today we're going to do Nam and Joe versus Aaron. As you can tell from the title, we've done like a lot of these. We're doing like a lot of these, a lot of Premier League predictions, a lot of quite a few opinion-based videos now, and some live watch-alongs maybe coming soon as well. Yep. So yeah, quite a lot of videos. But today, you can tell from the title, we're looking at best clubs in certain regions of the UK. So England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. But yeah, so you've got 7 nations. We're going to split it into 2 parts: 7 regions, 7 regions in this part, then 7 regions in the second part. So yeah, I'll tell you the regions we got today. So we got London, Manchester, Liverpool, the North East, the South Coast, Glasgow, and Sheffield. So quite a good few ones, but yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? So London, we'll kick off the capital of the UK, shall we? Got Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham, mainly Chelsea and Arsenal. Obviously you have a lot more clubs in London, but there's only Chelsea and Arsenal really that can contend for it. So basically I've got this, but it's on history right now, trophies, all of that stuff. So obviously Chelsea and Arsenal are 2 very competitive teams. Chelsea have only really come into the picture in recent years, through like obviously the Abramovich money and stuff like that. Obviously Arsenal have been around for a lot more than that, and obviously Arsenal have gone invincible as well in a season. They've won, I think, more Premier League titles, I'm pretty sure, and more English titles. They've won the most FA Cups, so I think Arsenal's a strong contender. But also Chelsea are definitely the better team in the minute. I think they've won the same Premier League titles, and Chelsea definitely been better, at least in the last 10 years at least, possibly 20, although Arsenal did go invincible in that time, so who knows. But I think the deciding factor in this one was Chelsea's Champions League title, and I've gone for Chelsea, best team in London.
I've gone for Arsenal.
Arsenal. What, just because I think
invincible, they were ridiculous.
Yeah, but that is
they were unlucky not to win the Champions League.
True.
To be fair, they have won their last trophy. When was that? Like
2017 FA Cup or the Shield
against Chelsea.
Yeah, but still,
and that hurts.
I think just Chelsea have won the Champions League. That's a big.
They were unlucky not to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
So why am I sticking up for Arsenal? I hate Arsenal.
Yeah, but still, who has won the Champions League? Let's be honest.
Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go. Probably the second biggest city in the UK, or England at least, is Manchester. Home to 3 clubs. I guess Salford's in there. Maybe Bury's are obviously Bury, not really a club anymore, but it's obviously 2 real teams. Yeah. Man City and Man United. Obviously Man City have come into a bit like Chelsea, only come into the picture in recent years. Won a few Premier League titles though, like United. I'm sorry, the City are good. There's no contest on this one. It's obviously Man United. Like they've won. City haven't won the Champions League. United have won 3. United have won the most league titles of any team. If they win the FA Cup this year, they'll have the joint record with Arsenal for most FA Cups. Obviously, they're the first English team to win the Champions League. It has to be Man United on this one.
I was a bit stuck because City, like, they've won at least 2 trophies this season. That's ridiculous.
But still, that's only the last 20 years.
Man United have won
that 10 years.
Like, they've won back then it was like them Arsenal literally for the league pretty much.
But you have to remember that they were the first English team to win the European Cup.
That's something.
Like George Best. Who did City have in that time? Like George Best, they had Dennis Law, although he did play for City as well, but obviously he was best at Man United. I think there's no contest this one.
Nah, it's got to be United. I'll go in United.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
City are like now they're really good.
Yeah, most regions they would have won this, but they're just unlucky to have Manchester. And that's a bit like the other team coming up here, Liverpool. 2 teams really, Liverpool and Everton. Is also Tranmere, but no. But yeah, Liverpool and Everton, another team. I think this is definitely 100%. There's only one team, that's Liverpool. But Everton, again, probably in most regions, apart from probably London and Manchester, they would have won this.
Yeah,
but they're just unlucky to be in Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool, there's no doubt. They've 19 English titles, 6 Champions Leagues, most of European Cups, most of any English team, and the 3rd most overall, only behind AC Milan and Real Madrid. And they also won the title this year. Also haven't been too great in recent years.
No.
And neither Everton, to be honest. They haven't been great since I don't think 1980s really. So there's only one team for this one, don't you agree?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. So those were pretty much 3 quite easy ones, apart from maybe London, which is Chelsea and Arsenal. But now I think we're probably moving on to some of the most competitive ones. I think last 4 are definitely the most competitive. First one, North East, Newcastle and Sunderland. This is a tough one, don't you think? Definitely
yeah.
one of the toughest, I think. Obviously, Sunderland down in League One now. Newcastle have been in the Premier League for, apart from a few seen the Championship, have been quite a solid Premier League club. Sunderland, though, I think they have actually won more head-to-head games against Newcastle.
Really?
And obviously they became a little bit of a bogey team, Sunderland to Newcastle, before they went down. And they haven't met each other since 2016, since when Newcastle went down, and then obviously they went in the Championship, then Sunderland went down, they went back up, so they haven't really met each other for quite a while in terms of these two teams, but probably not for a while as Sunderland are in League One for another season. But for this one, Newcastle, none of these teams have won the Champions League either. I don't think they've won any European trophies, I don't think. But I had to go Newcastle on this one.
I've also gone Newcastle.
Yeah. Just like Newcastle, I've never, I don't think in a long while only been outside the top two divisions. Like Premier Championship, they've never been lower in the Championship since 1990, and they've been promoted in both those seasons over the Championship in the last 2 years. So I think that's a pretty safe bet.
And look at Sunderland.
And Sunderland are in League One for the third year in a row. So
that's quite bad.
Yeah. South Coast, anyway. My club's Southampton against Portsmouth. Obviously, it's like Bournemouth as well, but they've only again come into the picture in recent years. But again, it's only really between us two, Southampton and Portsmouth. Right, obviously, an all-time Premier League table, so since 1992. Saints are quite high, I think they're 12th and only 5 points behind 11th place Blackburn. Pompey, I think, are down in the 37th, and they've only been in the Premier League for 5 or 6 years. But in that time, they're quite good. Obviously, got into the Europa League, I think, almost beat AC Milan as well. If it wasn't for Ronaldinho, they would have got into the next round of that Europa League or UEFA Cup, it might have been, and then, but yeah. So this is a tough one. Obviously, Pompey have won more trophies than us. They've won some leagues. We've only won the FA Cup, obviously. And we also, in recent years, not too long ago, we were in League One. I think it's maybe less than 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, we were in League One. But since then, we've obviously gone on a European tour of ourselves. It didn't go too well, obviously. We got to a cup final recently. And we've had top 8 finishes for 3 seasons in a row recently. I'm probably going behind, so I'm up on the Saints.
Gone Pompey.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to
It's just Pompey have got more titles, so I wouldn't be surprised if you went.
But look at them, they're in League One, right?
Yeah.
So.
Could go up, who knows, because they're in the playoffs, but I mean, Bournemouth could go down and Pompey could go up, so that could be a little bit of an interesting rivalry next year. I swear, Bournemouth could never get proper rivals, can they? Saints fans don't care about them, Pompey fans I doubt will care about them, because obviously they've got Saints. But yeah, South Coast have gone Saints. Got 2 more. We're going to take our first trip outside of England for this one. It's Glasgow. So if any Celtic or Rangers fans watching this, don't get offended by the team we choose. Obviously, Rangers, fun enough, actually have more Scottish League titles than Celtic. Only by a few though. I believe it's basically been them winning every single one, really.
It's a bit boring.
As you Celtic won 9 in a row. I think Rangers might have done that at some point. And then Celtic have done that another time at some point. Rangers have done that another time. It's literally just, it's like, it'll be like Liverpool Man City winning every Premier League for the next 40 years. How boring would that be? We will literally be the new Farmers League. But, Glasgow, is it green and white or blue and red or blue? Is it just blue? Who cares? They decided, obviously I think Rangers have won the most trophies out of any team in Europe. Whole of Europe, I think they've won the most trophies, but there's one deciding factor in this. Obviously Rangers got liquidated a few years ago. That's not the deciding factor. The deciding factor is Celtic's European Cup Champions League. I've gone Celtic for this one.
I've also gone Celtic.
No offence to any Rangers fans, but if you'd won a European Cup, it would have been so much tighter. I think that was just the deciding factor.
They've also Celtic have won 8
9 now, I think.
9 Scottish Leagues in a row. That's ridiculous.
To be fair, Rangers were liquidating that time. I think they had done that in a few in the 90s. I think they were quite dominant. And 2000s. Obviously, they got to a UEFA Cup final a few years ago, and then they lost to Celtic or something like that. I think it was something like that. They did get to UEFA Cup final, but they did lose. Anyway, the last one is Sheffield. I think this is actually the most competitive one in this list. I think. Obviously, Sheffield United are doing better now. But before this, haven't been in the Premier League since 2006, and I think they'd only been in the Premier League for 5 years now. I think so that's not long at all. Sheffield Wednesday, they were in the Premier League a lot in the 90s, haven't been back there though since. I don't think they look like they could have done it at one point this season in the playoffs around Christmas, but they've been awful since then. They're mid-table now. This is, I think, as I said, the most competitive one in this list. I don't know who's better in the past really. All I know is Sheffield Wednesday are higher on the all-time Premier League table, and I have gone with the Owls for this one. just because they've been high on the all-time Premier League table. Sheffield, I don't think any of them have ever won the league title. I think Sheffield, they both won a few FA Cups, but I don't think neither of them have won the league title, I don't think.
I've gone Sheffield United.
Really?
Kind of on this season. I mean, I don't know how they've done that.
But I think Sheffield Wednesday also got European football, I think, in the 90s as well. So it's pretty much equal.
I'm not that old.
Yeah, exactly. I have done a little bit of research going into this. But Sheffield United, obviously, I don't know, they haven't been to Premier League since 2006. They were down in the League One as recently as 16, 17. They're in League One then. So I don't know, I think I've just gone Sheffield Wednesday on the Owls for this one, back in the Owls. Anyway, that's going to have to do it for part 1. In part 2, I'll have the likes of East Anglia, Norwich or Ipswich, Wales, Swansea or Cardiff, and many more as well. So if you want to see part 2, remember to leave a like, turn the bell and subscribe so you don't miss it as well. Remember to share. Me and Aaron will be back for another video soon. I don't know what it will be, but yeah, we will see you in the next video, guys.